Sing through the dirt to sprout.
Hi everyone, I'm Helen Lewis, Managing Editor at the Colorado Springs Independent. The Music at the Indy preview features music and conversation with local musicians in Interrobang. The band will be playing the fourth night of this year's series. The show kicks off in the alley to the north of our building at 235 South Nevada Avenue at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 31st. Interrobang's here in our studio to perform a few songs for us today. What's the first song you're going to be playing?
The song's called Bean Sprout.
Great. Can you tell us first who you guys are and what you do?
Yeah. My name's Kira. I'm the lead vocalist. I do a lot of the managing for the band, too.
I'm the guitar player.
What's your name?
Jacob.
Hey, Jacob. Hey, Kira.
I just play guitar. That's
Fantastic.
all I do.
And so Bean Sprout is the first song you're going to play?
Yes.
Terrific.
All right.
Thank you. Rumble through the distant clouds, static in your head and mouth. The sky here weeps a mournful sound. Oil swells, begins to drown. Have you felt the summer drought? Touch the scars some mountains bear, finding quick relief in ponds. Growing things begin to wear. Are you listening to the quickening of your pulse? Aren't you listening to the quickening of your pulse? Ooh, it's a small seed in the ground, left to weather wherever we find ourselves now. It's a small chaos allowed to live through a blip of infinity, to figure it out, to figure it out. I will ebb like stormy waves. I will rest like bones in graves. I will not pretend to know what I read before I saw. You are just a child now, pushing through the dirt to sprout. Tantrum searching every route. All this land is yours now. Are you witnessing the beginning or into it all? Are you witnessing the beginning or into it all? To it all. It's a small seed in the ground,
Fiery eyes scrape the passage, tender fabric, move to lessen that rattle shattered pieces of heaven, fallen forgotten blast. Wiry eye, scrape the surface, accidental nodes and hands and flat the shambles, moaning, soothing, torture, dane and quicker, yes. Humming eye, scan the social, accidental nodes and hands and flat to shambles. To shambles, hellish eye, boredom and stop at death. Hellish eye, boredom and scoff at death. Are you listening to the quaking of your pulse? Aren't you witnessing the beginning into it? It's a small dream reaching out, left to ever, wherever we find ourselves now. It's a small madness allowed to wade through one little word given to figure it's a small beat spell, left to ever, wherever we find ourselves now. It's a small madness allowed to wade to a blip of infinity to figure it out. To figure it out.
Wow, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So, are you guys both from here?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Where are you from?
Can you guess?
No, I am terrible with American accents.
Oh,
You haven't said enough yet.
I know, right? I'm from Mississippi originally.
Really? Whereabouts?
Oh, man. I was born in Hattiesburg,
Uh-huh.
and then I lived up near Memphis, and then I lived on the coast, and then I've lived in Florida and Tennessee, Alabama. That's about it.
How long have you been here?
About 2 years.
Fantastic. How did the band form?
Weirdly enough, I think we still question that from day to day. I invited him to an open mic that I was playing at, and he was very adamant that we work together. And I kind of said, well, there's a lot of guys that want to play guitar with me. I had just broken up with my other band, Leo and the Lark,
Right.
and I was looking to do something else. But he came over to my house one day. I was cooking breakfast, and he asked if he could pick up my guitar, and I said, sure. I'm making eggs, and he starts playing, and my mouth dropped, and I dropped the spatula on the floor.
So
it
it's a
was kind of
moment.
all over from there. Yeah.
So, how did you settle on the name Interrobang?
That was her idea.
Yeah.
She had it when she was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Tell me
actually the
about
name
that.
of my first band when I was 16, but I never did anything with it. I just kind of had the idea. And then a friend of ours suggested it in a group of vocabulary words that he said to us, saying, I really like these words. Maybe pick one of those. And it just jumped out at me. And I said, I still have the Facebook page for that.
And I wasn't sold on it at first, but then I was like, you know what? It doesn't really matter what we're called because our music will speak for itself. But the name grew on me, and it's grown on everybody else that's heard it too. So
That's fantastic.
And it's definitely very fitting. It's the punctuation mark for an exclamation mark and a question mark put together. He's very much kind of like radical exclamation mark of a person, and I'm more of the question mark.
It works. So, how would you describe your music?
alternative rock, 90s nostalgic, grunge, funk, kind of all influences that we love all put into one. But it is reminiscent of late 90s, early 2000s alternative rock.
All original stuff.
And so where do you find the inspiration for your music?
Man, I think these writing sessions that we have, everything that we've written has come out in his bedroom, just like sitting on the couch or sitting on the bed and kind of messing with stuff. And a lot of these he's had these guitar licks in his head for a long time, and I've pulled poetry that I've written from years back, and so we've been melding a lot of things that have kind of been rolling in our heads around a lot
so
for a
natural.
long time, and it just sort of, I think it's magic. It's supposed to happen, you know.
So is it sort of like something you'll hear him playing that he's had in his head and it comes to you? Is it kind of that organic that you've written something before that would work with it?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have written really original stuff that has come out from both of us at the same time, but we have melded a lot of that like past work that we haven't used on anything else to make what it is today.
Is it the kind of thing where you, I mean, I don't know about songwriting, so is it the kind of thing where you spend hours and hours in one sitting, or does it vary a lot?
No.
Totally varies.
Yeah.
It's hours and hours, but so we wrote a whole album in probably a month, and each song is pretty different. They're same but different, you know.
Yeah.
But it literally just it happens all at once. We play, and then we're like, oh, banger, and then we press record, and then we do it again, and then we have it, and then we keep listening to it, and then just refine it over time. All these songs have been refined over the 6 or 7 months that we've been a band.
Yeah. I mean, even a couple months ago, I think we wrote 6 songs in one night. We just kept going. We just couldn't
Does the
stop.
night count from like afternoon to the next morning? Like that's a lot.
Yeah, we stay up. Right. Definitely. Musicians stay up late.
So you both write the songs. It's like really a collaboration.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah, I focus on the melodies and the lyrics, and he really does all of the instrumental stuff. Except for a few originals that I've written the instrumentals for. He's the genius behind that.
So what was that?
I mean it.
What other musicians inspire you?
Oh, that's a good question. So we listen to, growing up, we listened to Red Hot Chili Peppers, Metric, Chevelle, help me out here,
Deftones,
Incubus.
And then that's just on like the
Evanescence.
rock side, you know.
Yeah.
I have a big hip hop influence too, like behind, you know, maybe some jazzy chords or whatever else. But I love hip hop too. Like,
And I really grew up listening to female singer-songwriters, a lot of piano players, Regina Spektor, Amanda Palmer. So that really inspired me.
Do you both remember when you first thought, okay, music is what I want to do forever?
I thought that in 6th grade, 7th grade, and then life happened. But after I popped out of the bubble, it was always music still sitting there for me. And I was like, I can't get away from you. I tried to be in the Army. I tried to, you know,
Really?
have a normal job and a fiance and, you know.
All those things.
No, it's always music. Music was always there
Yeah.
for me, so. And I was always good at it, so.
And I've been singing and dancing since I was yay high. I was in the Colorado Springs Children's Choir. I
Really?
studied at the Colorado Springs Conservatory. So, yeah, it's been my whole life.
Wow. Yeah. So do you play in town a lot or outside of town? Where do you guys play?
Yeah, all over the place. I started cultivating my scene in Manitou Springs because that was where I always hung out. That's where all my friends were. But we play all over Colorado Springs. Now we've been branching out. We've got shows in Denver, Golden.
This weekend.
Yeah, actually Denver and Golden this weekend. We're really trying to get out regionally because once our album hits in hopefully November, we'd like to go on a tour maybe the summer after that across the country. So.
Wow. Yeah. So what are you guys listening to at the moment? Like what's on repeat?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
What is on repeat?
Okay, we were talking about this before the interview started. I'm actually not listening to a lot of music right now. I've been listening to our album over and over again because it's not mixed or mastered, and so I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out where the accidents are that need to be fixed. But aside from that, I've been listening to a lot of comedy podcasts randomly.
Me, I'd say the new Kendrick Lamar album,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm trying to digest it and understand what he's saying through his poetry because, he made his hit albums, and then now he made this album where he was like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I don't care because I already have the money.
Right.
So he can actually be him and, like, be more poetic and more weird. So that's been on repeat for sure.
So you said you're also really into hip-hop. How does that influence what you do in the band?
Well, it means that I can play drums on my guitar while playing guitar and play bass on my guitar while I'm playing guitar. You know what I mean?
He does
you
kind
wanna
of a
demonstrate?
rhythmic thing.
I do
with
like.
it.
Well, this is just slapping, but it's like,
Yeah.
stuff like that really influences me. Like, and just how hard I hit the strings, like making a drum beat on the strings as I was playing, like that influences my guitar playing. I do have lyrics too, but I'm not going to use them today,
Right.
whenever we're doing this.
Right.
But at our show
yeah.
on the 31st, he will be doing some hip-hop, like spoken word in some of our songs.
Awesome. That's great. So you're going to play another song for us?
We are.
Yeah.
This one is called Lights Out, and it's the last song on the album.
And I have to tune real quick because it is very hot in here. So.
The strings are kind of bending and twisting. Well, this last song, it's kind of just about getting out of town. I think I've always been a nomad, and I've always been a traveler, and this last song I think is kind of like a coming of reckoning at the end of the album where we're kind of thinking, okay, we need to do this thing, we need to get out, we need to leave this town, we need to do something bigger and kind of, find where we fit in next.
So you've always lived here in the Springs, but you travel a lot. Is there a place you've been that's really, like, one place that's really changed how you look at the world or how you do what you do?
New Orleans, hands down. The whole trip changed. I did a cross-country road trip with a different band, and it totally changed my life. But New Orleans especially, because I think there's such a beauty in the light and dark of the city. The daytime is completely different from the nighttime. You meet completely different people, but everything is just beauty and art there. Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. I want to go back.
Well, I grew up near New Orleans, so I went there pretty regularly.
Yeah.
But then when I came here, I would say here.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
The people are just, you got your good and bad apples everywhere. But it just seemed like everybody was a little bit more open-minded and a little bit less judgmental and just kind of free, and going up on the mountain and feeling that air,
Yeah.
praying to your higher power, whatever you do. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Fantastic. Well, let's hear this song.
Okay, thank you.
Lights out on all this self-doubt. Let's bleed the gray away. It's time for color shades. I know it's time to break away. I need some space, some change, and I'm running for the door. I think we should get away, turn around and throw it all away before this some space, some change. No one ever stays the same. I think we should get away, turn around and throw it all away before this town just sucks me dry. Oh, and I can't think, I can't hide anymore. We'll be alright, but you gotta pack your bags right now, 'cause we leave in the dead of night. I think we should get away, turn around and throw it all away before this town just sucks me dry. Whoa, and I can't think, I can't hide anymore. Be alright, but you gotta pack your bags right now, 'cause we leave in the dead of night. Yeah, 'cause we leave in the dead of night. 'Cause we leave in the dead of night. Yeah, 'cause we leave in the dead of night.
Well, thank you guys so much. So thank you to Interrobang and thank you to Phil Long Dealerships for sponsoring this concert series. Be sure to come on down to Music at the Indy starting at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 31st. Thank you guys again.
Thank you
Rock
so
on,
much.
thank
We're
you.
very excited.
Thanks.
Come on out.
We'll see you there.